Hi everybody, welcome to social science class. Last class we studied limitations of civil disobedience movement. Ma'am already taught you first limitation, okay, nations, untouchables or Dalits, their participation in civil disobedience movement was limited. That was the first limitation we already learned. Then ma'am taught you why this untouchables or lower caste people, they didn't participate actively in the civil disobedience movement. Today we will study next limitation, okay, another important limitation of civil disobedience movement. Okay, so some of the Muslim political organization in India were also lukewarm in their response to the civil disobedience movement. That is another limitation of civil disobedience movement. Some of the Muslim political organization in India were also lukewarm in their response to the civil disobedience movement. Means the Muslim organization, many Muslim organizations also not participated actively in the civil disobedience movement. Muslim organizations also lukewarm, okay, their participation or they also not actively participated in the civil disobedience movement. That was another limitation of civil disobedience movement. Anyway children, now we will look why this Muslim organization in India were lukewarm in their response to the civil disobedience movement. So ma'am taught you after the civil non-cooperation movement and Khilafat movement, ma'am taught you. So after the decline of non-cooperation and Khilafat movement, a large section of Muslims felt alienated from the contest. So what happened after the decline of non-cooperation movement and Khilafat movement? A large section of Muslims felt alienated from the contest. And from the mid-1920s onwards, the Congress come to be more visibly associated with the Hindu religious nationalist groups like Hindu Mahasabha. It worsened the relation between Hindus and Muslims. As the relation between Hindus and Muslims worsened, it led to Hindu-Muslim communal rights or communal clashes in various cities. Okay, so what ma'am told is clear, I think. So the relation between Hindus and Muslims that worsened. So it led to communal clashes or communal rights between Hindus and Muslims in various cities or in different parts of India. Anyway, every rights between Hindus and Muslims, every rights, it deepened their distance. It deepened the distance between two communities. So the Congress and Muslim League made an effort to renegotiate an alliance in 1927. One of the leader of Muslim League called Muhammad Ali Jinnah, he demanded separate electorate for Muslims in Muslim dominated areas like Bengal and Punjab. So what ma'am told children, anyway Congress and Muslim League, they made an effort to renegotiate in an alliance in 1927. But what happened? One of the Muslim leader, okay, called Muhammad Ali Jinnah, he demanded separate electorate for Muslims in Muslim dominated area like Bengal and Punjab. So an all-party conference that held in 1928 for discussing the matter, an all-party conference was held in 1928, but in that conference one of the leader of Hindu Mahasabha, M.R. Jayakar, okay, the leader of Hindu Mahasabha, the leader of Hindu Mahasabha, he strongly opposed to compromise. Okay, so what happened ma'am told, these all are happening in between 1927 and 28 when Gandhiji started civil disobedience movement 1930. Okay, so when the civil disobedience movement started, the relationship between Hindus and Muslims worsened. so alienated from the Congress, large section of Muslims, they could not respond to call of for a united struggle. They are not ready to participate in a united struggle. Okay, so many of the Muslim leaders, not only this, many of the Muslim leaders and intellectuals, they expressed their concern about their status as a minority in India. Within India, they are minority, so they expressed their concern. Many of the Muslim leaders and intellectuals, they expressed their concern about their status as a minority in India, and they also feared that their culture and identity as a minority, their culture and identity would be submerged submerged under the domination of Hindu majority. Our next topic is the sense of collective belonging. This is the last topic. Okay, in this chapter, this is the last topic. In this topic, we will study how history, fiction, folklore and songs, popular prints, symbol, these all played an important part in the making of nationalism in India, or what are the important factors that led to the emergence of nationalism among India. Okay, so this topic we will study some important point related with this. Okay, so first children, in the 20th century, first one, in the 20th century, Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, he drew the first image of, he created the first image of Bharat Mata. Okay, so question will come, who created the first image of Bharat Mata? Created by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay in 20th century. In 20th century, Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, he created the first image of Bharat Mata. After that, in 1870, he wrote Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram song you know. So, who wrote Vande Mataram? Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay wrote Vande Mataram in 1870. Okay, he wrote Vande Mataram in 1870 as a hymn to the motherland. As a hymn to the motherland. Later, it included in his novel Anandamad. Later, it included in his novel Anandamad. Okay, so I think it is clear. Next one, children. After that, when the Swadeshi movement, later the Swadeshi movement became popular in Bengal. Vande Mataram song sung widely by the people. They sung this song when the Swadeshi movement became popular in Bengal. Next, when the Swadeshi movement became popular, another image of Bharat Mata that created by Abanindranath Tagore. Abanindranath Tagore is the nephew of Rabindranath Tagore. So, he created another image of Bharat Mata when the Swadeshi movement became popular. When the Swadeshi movement became popular in Bengal, he created another image of Bharat Mata. In this figure, Bharat Mata is look like an ascetic figure. Bharat Mata is look like an ascetic figure. Ascetic figure means she is calm, composed, divine and spiritual. So what ma'am told is clear. So ascetic figure means she is looking like calm, divine, composed and spiritual. Okay, during this time, our first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, he travelled many village area. And he collected fictions, myths, ballads, folklores that sung by the people in the village area. And it led to the movement for folk revival. In Madras, Nadesh Shastri published a massive volume of Tamil folktale. This is called the Folklore of Southern India. So question will come, who published the Folklore of Southern India? Nadesh Shastri. Or question may come, Nadesh Shastri published which folktale? Then you can tell the Folklore of Southern India. I think it is clear. Okay. Anyway, children, these whole point you have to study 1 mark question will come. Okay. 1 mark question or related with the sense of collective belonging, these all points together you can write. During the Swadeshi movement popular in Bengal, a tricolor flag was designed. It was another symbol of nationalism. Okay, another symbol that created nationalism among India. So, ma'am told a tricolor flag was created at the time when the Swadeshi movement was popular in Bengal, and this tricolor flag had some speciality. Okay, this tricolor flag, tricolor means, you know children, 3 colors. Okay, tricolor flag. So, which are the 3 colors? Okay, so tricolor flag was created. This tricolor flag, 3 colors, red, green and yellow. So, which are the 3 colors? Red, green and yellow. Okay, red, green and yellow. And this flag had 8 lotuses. How many? 8 lotuses. These 8 lotuses represent 8 provinces of British India. 8 lotuses are there. 8 lotuses. It represents 8 provinces. Okay, 8 provinces of British India. Provinces of British India. Okay, British India. And it also had a crescent moon. A crescent moon. Crescent moon. It shows, it represents Hindus and Muslims. It represents Hindus and Muslims. So, what ma'am told children? When the Swadeshi movement became popular, a tricolor flag was designed. 3 colors, red, green and yellow. And the flag, 8 lotuses are there. These 8 lotuses represent 8 provinces of British India. And a crescent moon is there. It represents Hindus and Muslims. Okay, so I think you understood. After that, in 1921, Gandhiji designed Swaraj flag. So, question will come, who designed Swaraj flag? Okay, Swaraj flag designed by Gandhiji, Mahatma Gandhiji in 1921. In 1921, Mahatma Gandhi designed okay, Swaraj flag. This also tricolor flag. Mahatma Gandhiji designed Swaraj flag. This also tricolor. Okay, red, green, white. Okay, so a simple way you can learn it. Instead of yellow, here white. Okay, red, green, white. Okay, so what ma'am told is clear. I think Swaraj flag was designed by Mahatma Gandhi in 1921. Tricolor flag, red, green and white. Okay, this flag had a spinning wheel at the center. Spinning wheel at the center, and this spinning wheel represent Gandhian ideal of self-help. Okay, so center a spinning wheel. Okay, this spinning wheel represent Gandhi's ideal. Okay, Gandhian. Okay, Gandhian ideals of self-help. Okay, so I think you got. So children, during the time of March, we studied about Dandi March or Salt March. During that time and all, people holded this flag. Okay, they holded this flag as a symbol of their nationalism. Anyway, you understood, I think. Our new flag, that also you know, new flag, that also tricolor, saffron, white and green. That also new flag is designed by Pingali Vengayya. Just for your information, I am told you. Okay, another means of creating nationalism was through interpretation of history. So interpretation of history, that was another important factor that created nationalism among India. Okay, so children, Britishers saw Indians as backward, primitive and uncivilized people. So they saw Indians as primitive, backward and uncivilized people and incapable for governing themselves. We are incapable capable for governing themselves. But in response, India began looking into the past. Okay, so actually we are not like that. We are looking our past. If we are discovering our past, we can understand that India had great achievement in every field. We are well developed in every field. If we are looking in the case of science, art, architecture, technology, mathematics, religion, culture, law, philosophy, okay, in every field, craft, every field we are well developed. But what happened? It is all development that is declined due to the colonialization. Okay, so what ma'am told is clear, children. Anyway, this all development was there in India if we are looking our past. But what happened? These all are submerged, or these all are declined due to the colonialization. So reinterpretation of history or reconstruction of our past, that also played an important role in the emergence of nationalism among India. I think it is clear. So children, this much only this chapter. So children, this chapter we studied which are the important movement led by Gandhi. Two main movement, mass movement started by Gandhi, that already we learned, non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movement. And ma'am taught you which are the first three movements started by Gandhi. Anyway, you want to know the last movement started by Gandhi, that is Quit India movement. In 1942, Gandhiji started Quit India movement. This is the last movement started by Gandhi in 1942. Anyway, children, Quit India movement means, you know, through Quit India movement, Gandhiji told the Britishers must quit India. Britishers must quit India, and he given the slogan do or die. Okay, he asked people do or die. So these 2 points you must remember about Quit India movement. Last movement started by Gandhi, started in 1942. As a part of Quit India movement, Gandhiji asked Britishers to quit India. Okay, and he given the slogan do or die. Okay. So children, ma'am is going to conclude our chapter. Okay, what is the speciality of India? India is a diverse country, different types of people living together. Means, you know, different religious people spoke different languages, geographical diversity, cultural diversity, different people, diverse people living together in India. But we have a speciality. Okay, all this diversity, we have a unity or the feeling of oneness, that is called unity in diversity. This term unity in diversity is coined by our first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. Anyway children, we studied about many movements in between Hindus and Muslims. Many disunities are there. We had unity, but many disunities are there in between us or in between the people. But we are looking in the case of freedom movement, we united and we know or we realized we had a common enemy. So we fought together and finally we got independence. Okay, when we got independence, 15th August 1947, India got freedom. But you know children, independent India got freedom, but independent India faced many problems that also you studied. Refugees problem, then linguistic state, formation of state, that's like that, refugees problem, unemployment, poverty, many, then economy, how would be an economy of independent India. So many problems faced independent India. Anyway children, many of the problems solved, and you know, finally in 1950 India became republic. Means 26 January 1950 we got a constitution. Okay, so that day we are celebrating as Republic Day. Okay, so this much I think you understood. Okay, so this much only this chapter. Next class we will study about map, which are the important map question will come in this chapter, and ma'am will rewind all the years. Okay, so everybody read the textbook, and we will meet in the next class. Bye.